Good morning, my name is John Dawson from Custom Made. So what I'm going to be showing you today is basically some stuff that we made from reclaimed materials. So none of these timbers have been bought, this is all just reclaimed, which is part of my ethos for the company. Yesterday I made some these for client orders already. So this little chopping board has been made out of reclaimed floorboards. Basically I joined the two pieces of timber together. You can see the back at the moment it's going to be, it just looks like the back of the floorboard, but here's one I'd finished earlier. I have one already, and I put nice cork on the back of it just so that it doesn't scratch the worktop and it hides the floorboards. So that's all well and good because we can just join two floorboards together, glue it all together, do my CNCing, fine, no problem. Then I had another client who wanted to have a nice big chopping board. This is another one I did yesterday. These came out of some school benches that I had, that I managed to acquire over the time. So instead of the school bench going to waste, cut down and done a lovely bespoke carving board. So both this this wording here is the client's choice of wording. We can put anything, I can put anything or any design onto the board that people want, and then basically what it's going to do is get a resin inlay afterwards. Then we go over, polish it all up, and then it gets finished in Odies oil, which is a food safe covering for the board, so you're not going to poison yourself when you're having dinner. So that was fine. Reclaimed bench. That was fine. Reclaimed floorboards. I had a client who wants a pizza server, also out of reclaimed materials, but she's sent me a handwriting with Buon Appetito. Well, you'll see it later on when we do it. So it's going to have Buon Appetito running through here, but she wanted to have it on oak. So I was thinking, what am I going to do? So I had some oak offcuts, which were left over from another project. Instead of turning them into firewood, what I've done is I dominated them together. This is the top side where I dominated them together, so it's nice and smooth. But the other side, as you can see, is all going to be higgledy-piggledy because it's all different thicknesses of timber. So, also, what the problem is, how do I find the centre of this board? So, cue my idea today to see whether it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to utilise the Yeti CNC stylus. Now this is a brilliant bit of kit. Not only can it draw for you, it can cut vinyl, and it can do all sorts of things. Great bit of kit. So I'm just going to load this. So what I'm going to do basically is I'm going to draw out, using the stylus, without trying to put it on the floor, the shape of where the pizza board's going to be. So then all I need to worry about is putting an XY datum here. Now, draw the circle, then I can place my stock piece of wood on it. I'll screw it from the underside of the table, so then I can do my flattening, I can do all my work on it. So I'll be back to you in a moment just to show you whether it works. Okay, fingers crossed. Okay, so it's dead easy with the stylus. Basically, what you do, take the lid off of the Sharpie, drop the stylus into there, tighten it up a couple of times, make sure that, yep, nice and tight. Okay, so now we're going to go to my mark here, which I've already marked, where I want roughly my XY datum. And I'm going to set that so that the machine will know where it's going to go on the laser. Yes, set, yes. And then also I'm going to bring down, now I can't use the touch plate because it's obviously a pen, and so I'm just going to bring this down just so it touches it. I'll bring that. Actually, I'm going to bring that down just so it touches. That's cool. Paper's gone down. So I'm going to set that now so that that's set for my Z height. Cool. Right, load file. And the first file we're going to do here is not on here, so I will have to go and transfer it across. Be right back. While we're in the office, I'm just going to show you what the handwriting will look like, the pizza place, and I can show you the 3D view of what it will look like. This is great because I can show the clients everything that we're going to be doing. I just don't need the flattening part here, and I can preview all my toolpaths just to show the client what she wants to have for her pizza board. So that's how it will turn out. So I'm just going to put the stylus part over to the Yeti Smart Bench, which is dead easy. All you do is get your stylus and bring it over, and there it is. So we can go back and now unload the stylus and the stylus program onto the computer, onto the Smart Bench. Okay, back into the workshop. There's the workshop. Not huge, but we can manage to do most things. So we're going to refresh this. We should have a stylus. There's a stylus. Yep, that's the one we want to load. We can check for errors. Looking for error codes. Should be good. Can't see why it won't be. Finish. Okay, so now we're going to play. We know it's just a stylus, so we press stylus. I understand. And we go. So hopefully this should work. Otherwise, we'll do a retake. So next it's just going to go down. Go back to where it wants to go. And off it goes. I only went down 0.2 of a mil, I think, or something. So some parts it won't pick up if the paper's a little bit floppy, should we say. But we can see mostly it's fine. So we're getting the shape drawn out, which is fine. Speed it up a little bit if we want. Not going to harm anything. And there we go. So now I'm not lost. I don't need to find a centre. I don't need to find the XYZ start or the XY start because I've marked it on the paper, and I can just put my board over it, screw it from the underside, and then I'll go off. Then I'll carry on. So I'll show you later on how it's all fitted together. That's quite cool. That worked exactly as I wanted. So well done, stylus. Finished. And it's finished. Cool. Yep, did it wonderful. Okay, so I put the wood blank over the top of it and just fixed it just temporarily with a couple of screws just so that I can fix it from underneath, because when I'm doing my roughing toolpath I just don't want to catch any screws or anything, so I'm going to fix it from underneath, and a couple of holes underneath we can fill later on. It's going to be the underside of the board anyway. This will be the top side of the board when we finish. This will be lovely and smooth, and it will all be cut exactly as we want. Okay, so I'm going to fix that in, and I'm going to get it set up. I'm going to use little risers which are going to go underneath, go in here. It's going to raise the table up so that I know that I haven't got any flex, and it'll mill it off perfectly. So I'm going to just get set up on that, and I'll come back when I'm all set up, ready for flattening. I'll show you how it works. Okay, so now I've got the stop put on there, screwed from underside. Remove the two temporary screws just in case you do hit it with your flattener. I'm using this big bad boy 30mm bit, which will flatten it off. First of all, I need to see where the highest part is. Put straight edge across. So the highest part there is in the middle, so that's fine. So I will take my Z height from over here where it looks roughly the height. I'm just taking off 1mm. I found with these bad boys, just take them off the max, sort of really 1mm at a time. Don't try and kill the machine, because you'll get much better results. Slowly slowly opposed to fast. Okay, right, so I'm going to load that into the machine, set it all up, and we'll start flattening. Okay, so I've done my Z height, that's fine. On the highest piece of the board, we're only going to take off 1 mm ago, so we're going to just keep on going down until we're happy and it's nice and smooth. Okay, so we're going to load the file. We are going to do the 30mm flattening. Yes, tick, tick, tick. Check the job, make sure it's fine. Checking it, shouldn't take long. Bang, bang, bang. Yep, finish. Okay, so we'll go. Shows us what's going to be flattened off. Cool. I've already done the ZY outer. Yes, I understand. Go. That's the right place. Yep, didn't really find it. So now let's start it up. So it's just going to go through now. Just flatten off the bits that you can get to until we go down and do the next ones. Keep on doing the passes until we get all nice and to the right size that we want. Okay, so it should be fairly simple. Right. So then taking that mill off at a time, it makes it much easier. You don't have any strain, no spindle overload, just perfect. Just do it a couple of passes and then you'll be down to a nice smooth board that you can be able to do whatever you want on. Okay, so I'll come back later on and show you the next part. Okay, so that took 5 minutes, did one pass, that was successful. Okay, was successful. Just move it out of the way just so we can see. So you can see it started hitting all the parts that hasn't got over here, so we're going to have to carry on going down a little bit more. Fine, just as expected, still a bit rough. All we want to do is get that all nice and smooth, because this is going to be the area that we will be doing all of our carving from. Let's check that. The one which I made earlier. Yeah, we're in plenty of room, so I've oversailed the hogging out so that we know that we're going to be well within tolerances. So we're going to set it up again, do another pass, until keep on doing that until we're happy that we've got a nice smooth area that we can carry on from. Okay, so I'll be back. Okay, so we've now taken 2mm off this. We still see there's some glue showing and it hasn't hit in all parts. So we're going to go over, take off 1 more mil, but you can see we're getting there. It'll look really nice. And we're going to have a very happy client, which is good. Okay, well, I'm doing my passes and I have noticed that we are out a little bit. And I should have checked. Always best to check. See, we can't all be perfect and up in line. It didn't actually go to it. So, yes. What I'm going to do is I'm going to demount the board, push it across a little bit, refix it, and then I'm just going to run a profile cut with the 30mm, just so that it's going to bring it back to within the stock, and then we can continue. Okay, well, to get past that little glitch, just set the Z height back to one of the old bits of board that haven't been cut yet. So I need my old heights. I'm going to do a couple of passes to get it back down to the 3mm, and then I'll take one more clearance path over the whole lot, and we should be good to go. So there we go. See, no one can be perfect. Okay, so now I'm going to do the last finishing pass, take 1 more mil off of everything till I'm happy. The one thing with using risers is your dust extract isn't as close as it normally will be, unless you've got exactly the right size riser. So you do get quite a bit of overspill of the chips, but hey, that's one of the things, at least you know it's running level. Okay, so from what would have been just really firewood, we've joined them all together, flattened them all off. We joined it with a domino jointing system so that we know that the base of it was absolutely flat. I just went over the belt sander just to take off the sawn effect, but we're going to completely polish this later. But yep, we're all at the same level now, so now we can start inscribing it, cutting it out, and then get off the resining, and then finishing. Okay, so pleased with that. Even with the little schoolboy error of putting it in the wrong place in the first place. Still, it'll be brilliant. And we can just double check that fits in there, that fits in there. Yeah, we oversized, so we know it's all going to cut out perfect. So that's good. Good. All right. Do some detailing now. So the first thing I'm going to do is use a 12.5mm bull nose cutter. I'm going to put the outside ring, which is going to be filled with resin, as you can see there. The resin on this one is all going to be olive green, I think it is. And then I'll be using a 60 degree bit, which will write Buon Appetito through the middle of it. So that's ready for resining, and then we'll be cutting it out. And then we'll be pocket cutting a little hole, and then we'll cut the whole thing out. So I'll show you the little the results. Okay, so let's run a bull nose round, which will be filled with resin. Just give it some detail. Go through 2 passes. But again, just watch the rails, don't fill up with dust. Just keep an eye on it. You get lots of dust in there, then it'll jam the wheels. I mean, they're doing all sorts of problems, but slow and steady, and you get there. All we're trying to do is get a little recess in there, just so to fill the resin really pop out, and give us a little bit of room to be able to get the mica up and really make it look beautiful. So I'll leave that to work on and do the V-carving. Okay, now I'm going to do the V-carve of Buon Appetito. And this is an actual client's own handwriting, so she was able to send me just a picture of what she'd written, and then I was able to use on the VCarve Vectric program. I was able to copy it using the bitmap trace, and then put it across to the size that's going to fit the board. So it should look kind of cool, and it's really personal, because obviously it's the person's own handwriting, so you can't get more personal than that, really. There we go, and someone's own handwriting is being carved into their bespoke pizza serving board. Buon Appetito. So 2 minutes 38 seconds, and we have put a very personal handwriting across it. Buon Appetito. So now we can just do the finger hole, cut it out, and off to resining. Well, we'll give it a sand off before we send it to Lauren in the resin room. Make it all look lovely for her. Okay, so just undone the screws on the bottom, all cut out, and yes, so we have a pizza board. So now we can do some little cleaning up, knock the edges off so it's nice and smooth, so it doesn't hurt anyone. Those can be used as fire. That cut out. Look at that, to the thickness. Ha! Wonderful. And pizza pressure if you need it. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is just sand this off a bit of 60 grit at the moment, or 80 grit at the moment. Get rid of these witness marks, because when you do the resining, you don't want it to get into those witness marks. So it's always best to smooth it off first, seal it, then do your resin coat. Ah, little Nala. Hello, Nala. Right, so just taken out all the witness marks, cleaned out any fluff out the bottom of the carving, so that the resin can go in there. And yes, from what would have been probably firewood that you wouldn't have thought anything from, it's already come out looking fantastic already. And there's the back. So yes, all in all, once that comes back from the resin, we'll sand that back up and we'll get the finish on it, and the client will be very happy. So just think, you can have anything inscribed in there, and we've saved the planet because we didn't chop down another oak tree.